Hi all, I'm Azure, and today we're going to be doing our first Kingdom Hearts Lore 101 video in over 8 years. It's good to be back, but you've already heard that from me. You're here for some lore. Today's Lore 101, we're going to be covering the second part of my last Kingdom Hearts Lore 101 video from 2018, What Are the Unversed? This time, we're going to be covering the Dream Eaters of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. What are they? Where did they come from? We're going to learn all of that today. Let's get started. So first off, let's talk about their inclusion in their original appearance, Dream Drop Distance. Dream Eaters are the lifeblood of this game. They act as both your important party members, granting you everything from link attacks to even filling out your abilities using the affinity grid system, but they're also the enemies you're going to be facing in minute-to-minute gameplay. But there's more to these comfy, cute little critters than meets the eye. You see, these two, they look like the same Meow, right? Well, if you notice, they both have very different emblems on their stomach and very different, distinct colour schemes. This denotes what kind of Dream Eater they are, as Dream Eaters are split into two different entities, with Master Yen said saying it the best.
These sleeping worlds are said to have their own manner of darkness. They are called Dream Eaters. And there are two kinds. Nightmares, which devour happy dreams. And benevolent spirits, which consume the nightmares. The Dream Eaters will guide you, just as the Heartless once guided you to the keyhole you seek at the heart of each world.
There is an interesting case, however, throughout the game, as you would notice that Riku himself has the symbol of a spirit Dream Eater emblazoned on his back. This would eventually be explained in the final moments of the game when Ansem Seeker of Darkness explains it to him here.
At the start of your test, when you struck out from that tiny island, you saw me there dressed in a robe. Immediately you knew something was wrong. So without even knowing it, you dove into Sora's dream. And you became exactly what that sigil on your back represents. A Dream Eater to protect Sora from nightmares.
Me? I'm a Dream Eater?
There's no real explanation as to why Riku is able to do this or how he's able to do this. What I'm about to talk about may provide some kind of explanation as to what's happening here, but it's certainly not explicitly stated how this kind of effect can happen. That being said, this is the extent of what we learn about them in Dream Drop Distance. However, since its release, the lore behind these guys has been expanded dramatically, and specifically the now unfortunately defunct mobile games Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, as well as the movie included with Kingdom Hearts 2.8 through the Kingdom Hearts Key back cover movie, and even a little bit in Kingdom Hearts 3. First, I want to talk about Key back cover. That gives us their origin. In this movie, during the cutscene The Assembly, it's revealed that Dream Eaters originate with a creature called Chirithy. Chirithy is a creation by the Master of Masters, the eldest of Keyblade wielders in the Age of Fairy Tales, and even before that, as a way to help both the foretellers as well as the Keyblade wielders of this era, providing guidance and support. These Chirithy play a pretty vital role in the stories of the Age of Fairy Tales, however their impact is a topic for a different video. It is however revealed by both the Master of Masters and through the events of the browser game Kingdom Hearts Key and subsequent mobile games Unchained Key and Union Cross, that Chirithys can fall to darkness if their Keyblade wielder is overcome by darkness, becoming nightmares. And we see this happen firsthand as it's revealed that one of the foretellers have spotted a dark Chirithy as well as by our player, later seeing a Chirithy fusing with Darklings, Keyblade wielders that have fallen to darkness, becoming an abomination known as Nightmare Chirithy. In Union Cross's ending, it's revealed that if a wielder with a Chirithy falls into a state of sleep, they have two options, and those options are they can either reincarnate as a new heart, which is what happens to our player character at the end of Union Cross, as they go on to be born again as the player character of what would have been missing Link, or, alternatively, and more importantly for our case for now, the Chirithy can also make a last-ditch effort to save the heart by assuming a different form, a new form, one that we've all seen before. The Chirithy will become a new spirit, the Dream Eaters that we know from Dream Drop Distance, as they essentially become a shield for the wielder's now sleeping heart, and while it's never said exactly what they do after this stage, I like to assume they just wander the realm of sleep, awaiting someone's arrival to protect them, like the World Ends With You gang, or Sora, or Riku. Kinda puts a whole different perspective, a very messed up perspective, that we're fighting using the hearts of dead children in Dream Drop Distance. That's kinda weird. Finally, to cap off this video, I want to quickly talk about the Chirithy that Sora meets in Kingdom Hearts 3 in the final world. Not a whole lot is known about this Chirithy, except that it is seemingly confirmed that this Chirithy originally belonged to Ventus during the Age of Fairy Tales. They seem to have been trapped in the final world after the events of Union Cross, with Ven sacrificing himself to defeat the darkness. However, it's never explained how or why it appears in the final world. Perhaps they were shunted into the final world after Ven's desperate attack, or they perhaps became unattached from Ventus after he used the lifeboat to send his heart into the future. We're really unsure. This is something we may potentially get an explanation for in the future, as it seems like Ventus is going to have another incredibly important role to play with what's to come, seeing as he's a lost Union leader and has now been reunited with his Chirithy, surely meaning that his memories of his time during Union Cross will eventually be restored. I think that these guys are one of the most unique enemy types that we've ever seen in the series, and I think the chances we see them again in the same kind of capacity that we've seen them before are very low, so it's nice to appreciate them when you get the chance to play with them in Dream Drop Distance. With Ven's Chirithy likely primed and ready to play a larger role now, I'm sure this won't fully be the last time we see the Dream Eaters. That, however, is all we have to talk about today regarding our lesson on the history of the Dream Eaters. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join me again in the next Kingdom Hearts Lore 101. Goodbye for now, and may your heart be your guiding key.